Hi, this is David, and today you're going to be given some tried and true formulas for the introduction paragraph, the body paragraph, and even the conclusion paragraph as they're written in academic essays. So the first thing that we want to talk about is the introduction paragraph. It's often the hardest one to write. It's as if that blank page is staring back at you, daring you to begin. But don't worry. Simply follow this formula for the intro paragraph and you're going to be fine. And that formula is 4 to 10 sentences about anything that lead to your thesis. That's it. Some sentences leading to the thesis. Now, to apply this formula, the first sentence for your introduction should already be written. That is the thesis. And what you're going to do is to put the thesis at the bottom of this paragraph. Why? Because in academic writing, the purpose of the introduction is to present the thesis. So let's put the thesis at the end of this blank introduction. Boom. America's prisons face 3 critical issues: overcrowding, recidivism, and lack of funding. That is our thesis for the entire essay. Great. Now, once you have this end point for the introduction paragraph, you know exactly where you're headed. And to get there, you simply apply one of the intro paragraph's hooks for academic writing. The basic hooks are statistic, example, question, quote, and anecdote. Now for this essay, let's try the statistics hook. Now in reading about this topic, you're likely going to encounter many stats. So now I want you simply to trot out some of those stats, even if you're going to use them again later. For example, statistics support America's nickname, Prison Nation. Although America is less than 5% of the world population, its prisons hold 20% of the world's inmates. Citation, Census 2021. The African American population is hardest hit. Blacks account for 13% of America's overall population, yet they are 39% of the prison population in America. Citation, Wagner and Bertram, 2020. Decades of mass incarceration have corroded our system, and now comes the thesis. America's prisons face 3 critical issues: overcrowding, recidivism, and lack of funding. So do you see how those sentences simply led to the thesis statement? And we could do the same thing with any of the other hooks that we've identified. Let's use the example hook. Again, we put our thesis at the bottom of the intro paragraph. Then all we do is present an example and gradually lead to the thesis. In 2011, the Supreme Court of the United States ordered a 50% reduction of all of California's prison population, citing overcrowding that resulted in, quote, cruel and unusual punishment. Citation, NPR 2011. Fast forward 20 years and little has changed. In 2021, an Orange County Superior Court judge ordered the jail population to be reduced by 50%, again citing deplorable conditions due to overcrowding. California is just one example of what is happening in America. And now comes the thesis. America's prison system faces critical issues of overcrowding, recidivism, and lack of funding. So again, all we did was pick out a hook and let some sentences gradually lead to that thesis statement that we had put at the bottom of the paragraph. That's the formula. It is as simple as that. Now, for the second formula, we're going to take a look at body paragraphs. And that formula is SESC, which stands for state, explain, support, conclude. What do you state, explain, support, and conclude? You state the paragraph's topic sentence in one sentence. You explain the topic sentence in 1 to 2 sentences. You support the topic sentence in 4 to 10 sentences. Then you conclude the paragraph by referring back to the topic sentence in 1 to 2 sentences. That's the formula. Let's take a look. Based on our thesis, the initial topic sentence would be something like, the first crisis facing America's prisons is overcrowding. So note the transition word, first. Notice the repetition of the key words from the thesis. And then we're ready for the next step, which is the explain or elaborate stage on the topic. We're going to do that in 1 to 2 sentences. For example, in this essay, we could say something like, beginning with the Get Tough on Crime legislation in the 1980s, America has seen decades of mass incarceration. The result is that virtually all of America's prisons currently exceed the capacity they were built for. Next comes the heart of the body paragraph, and that is the support section, which can be between 4 to 10 sentences long, depending upon what you need for your particular word count. Now, the formula for this support section in the body paragraph is your words plus the source plus your words. First, you say something in your words that you believe to be true based upon all the reading and the study that you've done about this topic. Then, after your words, you support what you just said with a source. Here's an example. First, you begin with your own words. Frighteningly, this trend is accelerating, not slowing down. Now comes the source to support the claim you just made. The ACLU submitted a report in 2015 to the UN's High Commissioner on Human Rights that stated, quote, over the past 40 years, the number of people held in prisons and jails in the United States per capita has more than quadrupled. Page 1. Then you've done the source. Now you set up your next point, again with your own words. With many prisons at 130% capacity or more, the question becomes, at what point does the entire system begin to break down? In some ways, it already has. Okay, you've stated your point in your words, and now you're going to bring in a source to support what you just said, what you just wrote. For example, during the height of the coronavirus epidemic, prisons resisted the order to depopulate, and the COVID-19 death rate for prisoners was more than double that of the general population. Now, you simply continue this pattern, stated in your own words, support it with a source. Stated in your own words, support it with a source. You simply repeat that pattern until you have given all the support that you think you need or all the support that is required. And once you've done that, you're then ready for the paragraph's conclusion sentence. In the conclusion sentence, that's 1 to 2 sentences, you summarize the evidence you've given, and you also want to refer back to the topic sentence. So you could write something like this. In sum, the causes of prison overpopulation in America remain largely unaddressed, allowing this issue to continue to corrode the prison system and contribute directly to the other issues it faces. So notice how that conclusion sentence is first set off by a transition. The key terms of the topic sentence were repeated, and then the gist of the entire paragraph was restated, and then came a preview of what was going to follow. Okay, one more paragraph to do, and that's probably the most simple paragraph to do in your entire essay, and that is the conclusion paragraph. Like the introduction paragraph, there are a number of strategies that you can use. You can restate the thesis and summarize the main points. Sometimes that's appropriate. You can forecast consequences. Sometimes that's appropriate. You can place the topic in a broader context. You can call for action. You can give an ending quotation, an ending statistic. In other words, choose one of the strategies that best fits your needs. For example, if this essay is arguing for prison reform, then what would be appropriate? A call to action. However, if the essay is serving as a kind of policy update or policy report to a higher up, you may want to do another strategy, restate the thesis and summarize the main points, maybe even in a bullet list. So the point is, you now have a concrete strategy for the introduction paragraph, the body paragraph, the conclusion paragraph. In other words, no more staring at a blank page. Simply pull out the formula and apply the formula to what you're writing, and guess what? The essay will take care of itself. Okay, good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.